on it. Before we proceed, I'd briefly like to turn the meeting over to one of our outstanding students who will receive the President's Award tonight. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the dais Michael Medellin from Eastwood Knowles International School.
Thank you, Miss Woodruff, and good evening, everyone. My name is Michael Medellin, and I am a 5th grader at Eastwood Knowles International School. It is my honor and my pleasure to call this meeting to order. Thank you. Gracias. 谢谢.
Good evening and welcome to the Ysleta Independent School District's meeting of the Board of Trustees. Whether you are here to address the board or to celebrate the accomplishments of those being honored here this evening, we appreciate that you have taken the time to join us. We invite you to share your comments with the board during the public comment portion of our meeting. The public comment sign-up cards show the rules for participating. Legally, the board may listen but may not enter into discussion on the issue raised. We remind everyone that this is a board meeting often attended by students and ask that we all conduct ourselves in a manner that best represents the values and traditions of the Ysleta Independent School District. Please turn off or silence all cell phones, tablets, and other electronic devices, and thank you for your attendance. This meeting of the Board of Trustees is called to order at 6:03 p.m. We have a quorum with Richard Cudier, Sotero Ramirez, Cruz Ochoa, Catherine Ysleta, Mike Rosales, and myself, Connie Woodruff. Mr. Bustillos will be late. Mr. Ramirez, please introduce your JROTC.
Good evening. It has become a tradition to honor our nation at each of our board meetings by presenting the colors, reciting the pledges of allegiance, and then posting the colors. The colors tonight are being presented by the Junior ROTC Color Guard from Ysleta High School, once an Indian. The Color Guard commander is Cadet Abraham Vega. The other Color Guard members are Cadet Nathan Relas, Cadet Jacqueline Escareno, Cadet Maria Escareno. The pledge leader is Cadet Ashley Herrera, again, all from Ysleta High School. Will you please stand for the presentation of the colors and the reciting of the pledges?
Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. And now, please join me in the pledge of the Texas flag. Honor the Texas flag. I pledge allegiance to thee, Texas, one state, under God, one and indivisible. Please join me in a moment of silence. Thank you.
Dr. Delatorre, do we have recognitions this evening?
Madam President, members of the board, we have several. At this time, I'd like to introduce Mrs. Patricia Ayala, our Chief Communications Officer, who will lead our recognitions and introductions.
Good evening, Madam President, members of the board, Superintendent De La Torre. At this time, we ask that you please come to the front of the dais for the presentations. We also ask audience members to please remain seated until recognitions are complete. Our first recognition is in honor of Eastwood Knolls International School fifth grader, Michael Medellin. Michael has proven himself as a caring and compassionate leader on campus, particularly when it comes to the environment and the little things everyone can do every day to help save the earth. This year, Michael launched a new campus group called the Green Team to promote recycling and campus beautification. With the help of custodians, faculty, staff, and students, the Green Team collected recycled items and organized a drive for plants to be donated to the school for a new garden. Creating this community of environmental advocates has been one of Michael's greatest accomplishments. He doesn't try to do everything himself, school officials say. He involves the entire community. Michael is not only a wonderful student and role model at Eastwood Knolls, but a caring and responsible citizen of this community, and we applaud his efforts to save our environment. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome this month's President's Award recipient, Eastwood Knolls International School fifth grader, Michael Medellin. Accompanying Michael is Counselor Ms. Melissa Cabral and Principal Robert Martinez. Let's hear it one more time for Michael. Our next recognition is in honor of Bel Air High School freshman Amanda Martinez, who competed in last month's Region 3 Texas High School Gymnastic Coaches Association meet and brought home 2 gold medals. Amanda won the girls' vault event with a score of 19.35, finishing 1/10 of a point faster than the second place finisher. She also captured the gold at regionals in the girls all-around category, which is the total score of the 4 events in the girls division. Congratulations to Amanda on a job well done. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome our gold medalist from Bel Air High School, Amanda Martinez. Amanda is accompanied by her coach, Ms. Kristen Schumacher, and assistant principal, Mr. Wes Moninger. Our final recognition is in honor of 3 Eastwood High School seniors who were among the only 300 student leaders in the nation to win the first ever Gates Scholarship from the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation. More than 28,000 students applied for this scholarship, which is intended to promote academic excellence through college graduation for high-achieving students. Where most scholarships have a specific dollar amount attached to them, the Gates Scholarship does not, and that's because it pays for a full college education. In other words, by being named Gates Scholars, troopers Andrew Lawrence, Leonardo Moraveg, and Ryan James Solis now have full scholarships to any accredited college or university of their choice, as long as they remain in good academic standing. And our Gates Scholars have big plans for the future. This fall, Andrew will attend the University of Pennsylvania in Philadelphia to study physics and behavioral economics, while Leonardo will major in economics at Brown University. Ryan will study government and economics at Harvard University, then hopes to attend law school and eventually become a U.S. Senator or a U.S. Attorney General. We congratulate all three on being named Gates Scholars and wish them only the best. Ladies and gentlemen, again, please welcome our 2018 Gates Scholars from Eastwood High School, Andrew Lawrence, Leonardo Moraveg, and Ryan James Solis. The students are accompanied by Principal David Boatwright. Don't move, keep smiling. Let's hear it one more time for our 2018 Gates Scholars. Thank you. This concludes our recognitions for this evening.
I'm just kidding.
If you are here to speak on the budget or taxes, we will address you during our public hearing. Secretary Rosales, do we have requests for citizens' input?
Yes, we do. We have three. Thank you. We have three individuals. First, I'd like to introduce Frank Barajas, that is here to make a presentation.
Good afternoon, board members. I want to represent this picture and plaque to Dr. Xavier de la Torre for thanking him for our uniforms for the basketball team, which we proudly used to win the gold medal for TLCC for 2018. And our basketball team's right over there. They did a very good job. We really appreciate it.
Bring them on, man. Frank. Can we take a picture? Come on down.
Bring the team. Yes.
We're proud of you all.
Great job, guys.
Thank you. Congratulations to all of you. Guilty by association.
Yes.
The other speaker is Coach Jesse Perales. Is he in the room? There he is. It was off. It's on now. She punched it off.
Good evening, members of the board, Dr. De La Torre. I appreciate you giving me this opportunity to speak. On behalf of I'm speaking as not only an employee of the district and an athletic coordinator for all our coordinators, but also I live in the community, a Ysleta graduate. I'm extremely proud to be a member of this fine district. I understand that there's a possibility we might be getting scoreboards, and just the fact that you guys are looking into it, it's awesome. I really wanted to share with you the impact that those scoreboards will have on our communities. Not only, well, if you know football Friday nights, they're not just football nights, they're events. There's hundreds of students that are involved from ROTC, cheer, football, student council, our dance groups, our awesome bands and all that. Everyone's gonna be able to benefit from that. Aside from that, we host several middle school sports throughout the year at our great facilities. You all are responsible for those enhancements, the enhancements that we've enjoyed at our football stadiums, at our schools, in general. And I think we can really utilize the technology for it to be student-led, for our students to promote things on our scoreboard, and for us to take advantage of the advertisements and all of those things. We have a great group of athletic coordinators that put a lot of time and effort into representing our district and a great school board. And so I know that we're better than anybody from the West, and we're better than anybody from the East, and we just keep making more strides, and we keep doing all those things that keep us on top, or that put us on the top and keep us on the top. So we just really wanted to thank you As a tax-paying citizen from this district, Bel Air grad, we appreciate all the hard work that you all do and everything that you continue to do. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. The next person is, excuse me, Arlinda Valencia, YAT. Oh, I stand to be corrected. Okay. Arlinda will be asked to step forward later on in the meeting. Thank you.
The order of business shall be set out in this posted agenda unless changed by consensus of the board. During the board workshop, consent item number 11 was pulled for separate consideration. Are there any other items you would like to pull off the consent agenda for separate vote? Okay, so moving on then. Dr. Delatorre, do you have reports for the board?
Yes, Madam President, members of the board, guests, this week we celebrate educators for their dedication and commitment to students as part of National Teacher Appreciation Week. The most important work we do comes from within the four corners of the classroom. And as teachers, you play a critical role in the lives of our students. I also like to congratulate our 2018-19 Teachers of the Year, Ms. Carol Love from Loma Terrace Elementary School and Mr. Steven Solis from Riverside High School. We appreciate the hard work, passion, and persistence of all our teachers. Let's give them a warm round of applause. The state of Texas has designated this week as Internal Audit Week to highlight the expertise and contributions provided by internal auditors. On behalf of the district, I'd like to extend my appreciation to our internal auditor, Champagne Chi, and her staff for their essential roles that they fulfill in the Ysleta Independent School District. Thank you, ladies. On Thursday, May 24th, we will hold our annual awards luncheon to honor the contributions of our district's partners in education. 4 top awards will be given to this year's outstanding partners, which include more than 600 district business, nonprofit, and military leaders. We greatly appreciate all of the generous contributions our partners have provided to our schools and students in the Ysleta Independent School District. The following day, on Friday, May 25th, we will be at Ysleta Elementary School to help the campus mark a significant milestone, its 100-year anniversary. The celebration begins at 3 p.m. at the campus and will include games, food, and other entertainment. We hope you can join us for this special event. Lastly, high school graduations are right around the corner. Our first commencement ceremony is for Valle Verde Early College High School, taking place on June 5th, followed by Ysleta High School's graduation on June 8th. The rest of the comprehensive high schools will hold commencement ceremonies on June 11th and 12th at the University of Texas El Paso's Don Haskins Center. We look forward to seeing you there, and congratulations to the class of 2018. Madam President, that concludes my report.
The order of the agenda has been approved. May I have an electronic motion and second on the remaining consent agenda items listed on this agenda as recommended by administration?
President Woodruff, I move to approve the remaining consent agenda items listed on this agenda as recommended by the administration.
And we have a second by Mr. Cudier. Give Mr. Okay. So that's approved 6-0. We'll move on to our pulled consent agenda item, the donation to North Star Elementary. Using your electronic hand, is there any discussion?
Do I get to?
Go ahead.
Oh, okay. I just want to give a quick thank you to Team First Technologies for the donation to the Parkland area for North Star Elementary. Any technology that's used for our schools, any way that we can enhance our schools is greatly appreciated. We know that technology is the future of education, and so we are incredibly grateful for their donation, and I know that it is going to benefit all of the students at North Star Elementary.
May I have a motion?
Okay. Madam President, I move to accept a donation to the district for the benefit of North Star Elementary for Team First Technologies LLC of a Como Journey 13 interactive display with a mobile cart valued at $5,099 as recommended by the administration.
We have a second by Mr. Rosales, and that is approved 7-0. Moving on to our policy action items. The order of the agenda has been approved. May I have an electronic motion and a second on the policy action items listed on this agenda as recommended by administration?
President Woodruff, I move to approve the policy action agenda items listed on this agenda as recommended by the administration.
We have a second by Mr. Cudier. Okay. Oh, sorry, it's approved 7-0. Thank you. It's watching everybody down there. Okay, we'll move on to our public hearing. As a taxing entity, the district is required to provide an annual forum for the public to provide input on the district's proposed budget. This is the hearing for that purpose. The Board of Trustees appreciates your attendance and welcomes your input during public hearing. Please observe the following rules. Individuals wishing to speak are limited to 3 minutes. If you have not signed up on the sign-in sheet to speak, please do so at this time on the table by the entry door. If you're part of a group or of more than 5 persons, please select a spokesperson to speak for the group. At this time, may we hear from our first speaker, the Ysleta Teachers Association President, Arlinda Valencia.
Before I speak, they wanted to speak first, and then I'll go last. Is that okay?
That's fine.
Thank you.
You can do that, right?
You need the sheet?
Excuse me, would you state your name, please?
Yes, I'm Patricia Valdez Harrison. I am a speech language pathologist for the district.
Say again, please, your name?
Patricia Valdez Harrison. Sorry. Sorry. Madam President Woodruff, Superintendent Dr. De La Torre, and board members. I would like to thank you for letting us speak today. I've had the pleasure of working in the district for 6 years. When I started my journey here, I had no idea what might transpire. I only knew that Ysleta had the best reputation among El Paso school districts. But year after year, I've learned why we truly are the district. Your consideration to vote yes to the increases of related service stipends is just another example of the distinct dedication you have to your students, employees, and their families. Therefore, today we express our sincerest gratitude and are humbled by the consideration to vote yes to allow us to continue to pursue our passion. We would like to thank the YISD board for believing in us, trusting us, and sharing our passion. Today, with your consideration to vote yes, you will decide to continue joining forces with us in our pursuit to continue serving the YISD population with fidelity, compassion, and greatness. You have invested in our future growth so that we may continue to attend continuing education courses and remain relevant in the field and be highly trained in a vast array of treatment approaches. You have ensured that we maintain and attract the most highly trained and experienced speech-language pathologists so that our students receive continuous treatment without any lapse in services. Most importantly, you have placed your faith in us, knowing that when you invest in us, our families and livelihood, we will continue to push forward, sacrifice, and blossom to our fullest potential at YISD. Today, you have believed in our passion. We express our deepest gratitude again and hope to forge a strong commitment together to our YISD families. Thank you.
We thank you. Next is... would you say-
Alejandra Carrillo.
Alejandra, thank you.
Good evening, Madam President Woodruff, President Dr. De La Torre, and members of the board. My name is Alejandra Carrillo. I have been employed by the Ysleta Independent School District for 5 years, the entirety of my career as a speech-language pathologist. The reputation of YISD's Special Education Department has always preceded itself. Our Special Education Department continues to set the precedent city and statewide. The continued growth in our special education population speaks for itself. We are often sought for solely because of the quality in our special education services. Therefore, on the behalf of our 41 speech-language pathologists, 8 speech-language pathology assistants, and the 2,359 students currently receiving speech therapy services, we would like to thank you for your consideration in pay increases. With your vote, you solidify us as the district. You ensure that we maintain and attract the most highly qualified speech-language pathologists. Therefore, we express our deepest gratitude. We thank you for continuously keeping the welfare of our students first and foremost. And lastly, we thank you for continuing to preserve the impeccable reputation of the Ysleta Independent School District. Thank you.
Thank you very much, ma'am.
Good evening, Madam President Woodruff, Superintendent Dr. De La Torre, and Board of Trustees. My name is Denise Munoz, and I stand before you not only as a proud occupational therapist of the district, but also as a proud alumni of Ysleta High School, Tribe of 94. Allowing me to stand here this evening is a true testament to how the district wants the best for its students and employees. My colleagues and I are very grateful for what you are considering. Thank you for considering stipends for SSC and SSB teachers, speech-language pathologists, speech therapy assistants, diagnosticians, and occupational therapists. It makes us competitive and comparable to what other professionals are making throughout the other districts in El Paso. We know our district provides the best services for both general education students as well as students with special needs. It is important that we have high-caliber employees to provide the services, and maintaining competitive salaries and a comfortable work environment are some of the best ways to do this. Thank you to all of our board members that conveyed positive responses on Monday evening, and a very special heartfelt thank you to Mr. Richard Cowder for sharing your personal story. We love what we do. The best praise that we can receive is knowing that we've made a difference. Once again, thank you for considering and making our stipends fair and equal. Thank you.
Thank you very much, ma'am. Next is Arlinda Valencia.
Good evening, Madam President Woodruff, Superintendent De La Torre, and Board of Trustees. I'm Arlinda Valencia, President of the Ysleta Teachers Association. And I'd like to start by saying that I appreciate Dr. De La Torre allowing the Ysleta Teachers Association to be a part of the salary proposal process, and in turn made this proposal a true work of collaboration. I want Dr. De La Torre and the board to know that I totally understand that we live in a state that is a right-to-work state. That, in saying that, I have to tell you that because of this board and Dr. De La Torre, the Ysleta Independent School District is one of the most advanced districts in the state of Texas. I wish I could clone all of you and share you throughout the state, because this district is beyond its time, and for that we are truly thankful. If you vote yes tonight on the items before you, you're going to make the employees of this district very happy. Number one, the fact that everyone will receive a 2% increase is going to make it easier for YISD employees to make it through the end of the month easier. Number two, the fact that this board is going to continue to give a $450 Christmas stipend is icing on the cake. With this stipend, all full-time employees are guaranteed some extra cash for the winter break. Number three, the fact that you will be allowing retirees to roll over 100 days instead of 80 days is a huge incentive for those teachers that have been with the district since 1996 to retire with a bigger nest egg than others have before them. Number four, the fact that insurance premiums will stay the same this year is definitely a win for all employees covered by the district's insurance. Number five, the fact that some special education employees will be receiving an increase in their stipends is a great benefit to these employees. It's one thing to love your job, but it's another to be appreciated. Last but not least, the fact that this summer all teachers will be receiving brand new computers is just outstanding. I truly believe that no one else in this state will be able to outbeat this salary proposal and all the other benefits. It's a great testament to this board's hard work, and it's a great testament to Dr. De La Torre's vision of excellence. What a way to celebrate Teacher Appreciation Week. Thank you for making YISD number one.
Thank you, Ms. Valencia.
If there are no more speakers, I will close the public hearing. Moving on to our action items. Action item number one, adopt the 2018-19 official budget. Using your electronic hand, is there any discussion?
I would like to say something.
Okay. Commissioner Ben. Mr. Ramirez.
I'd first like to thank Dr. De La Torre and Ms. Lieber and the entire cabinet for the process, the part that you play in putting the budget together. I know it's a lot of hours, it's a lot of thinking, it's a lot of just gnashing of teeth trying to figure out how to make it work, and I very much appreciate all the effort that you did on behalf of the district and our students and our employees. To YTA, thank you very much for playing a role in this, and I'm glad we have that relationship now where we can listen and talk to each other and be respectful to each other. Because at the end of the day, it's all about serving our students, is it not? And you know, the work that everybody does is so important, and day in and day out. And so thank you very much. And so I just wanted to make those two comments.
I just
Mr.
had a couple
Cudier.
of quick comments. First of all, I'd like to thank Dr. De La Torre and all his staff for the hard work that they do continuously to ensure that the district is always at the head of the curve of everybody else, and that we are always putting our employees first. There's a lot of innovation, there's a lot of technology that can always help our classrooms, but one of the things I've learned from Dr. De La Torre and his staff is that people are the single most important thing that we can ever invest in. And so I'm really proud to work with a board that always notices that the work of our staff, of our teachers, and everybody that works for the district is incredibly important to the success of all of our students. Yeah. And I think with the compensation plan that we're going to be looking at today and what we plan to pass as our budget, we are continuing to make strides to be the very best district in the entire state.
Ms. Ysleta.
Yes, I just wanted to make a couple comments as well. It's appropriate that we are honoring teachers this week, as well as adopting our budget for the upcoming year at the same time. We are grateful for your dedication and your continual support for our students. I also wanted to ensure to thank every one of our employees, which includes our janitors, our cafeteria workers, our bus drivers, and all of the support staff, because each and every one of you play a role in the success of our students, and you get them to class, you feed them, and you teach them, and you give them the speech and therapy and everything that they need to make them successful as adults. So I just wanted to honor you and thank you.
Mr. Ochoa.
Yes, I just want to say that this is a good day for the board and Ysleta. I think us working together has shown through today as how we are making Ysleta one of the best, not only in the city, but like we said, in the state. This board and Dr. La Torre and everybody else out there has been working together as a team, and will continue to be working as a team, because putting our kids' future on good footing has always been our goal. And in doing so, now we'll have the best teachers, the best qualified staff, the best facilities, the best of everything, which is our goal and has always been our goal. And thank you very much.
Mr. Rosales.
Wasting of our time, but I would like to just add a few comments to for the benefit of the public in this community. When you look at this board and our tremendous administration, along with a super 6,000 employees, we have quite a boat going on in a very positive manner. But as a board, we take the business of maintaining a budget very seriously. We also understand the restraints and constraints that the taxpayer constantly goes through in this community. There's many things that needed to be done, were not done, but now we're very adamantly doing our due diligence in terms of how we structure this budget. And also, we add a sense of responsibility to the people out there that support us, that pay our taxes, that we all pay taxes. But we have that responsibility to make sure that if we're going to make an expense, it's got to be an investment. And to me, it's an honor to be part of this board. It's truly a wonderful experience to be around with so many professionals. And I say that in a very sincere manner. And I thank you for the few moments that you've allowed me to ramble on. But I thank you, and El Paso, you ought to be very proud of this district, Ysleta Independent School District, because we are doing it the way it should be done. Thank you.
Mr. Bustillos.
One more. I don't say very much, so, I'm not going to keep it nice and short. First of all, I'd like to thank the teachers. I know the rigors of teaching because my wife's a teacher. And I understand how heartfelt it is when you're worried about your students and how are we going to get them to pass the test. And it's sometimes she doesn't sleep. So I know what you guys go through every day for your kids, because I know how much you care for them. And I want to say thank you for that. I really do. Thank you for this board. We're always doing the right thing. And Dr. De La Torre, thank you for being our leader, for being the leader of YISD. And that's all I got to say. But again, teachers, thank you so much. I understand what you guys go through every day, and it's truly deserved. Thank you.
If there's no further discussion, may I have a motion?
President Woodruff, I move to approve a resolution adopting the 2018-19 official budget, including the general fund budget, the child nutrition services budget, and the debt service budget by fund and function as shown on Schedule A to the resolution, and which official budget includes I, recommended appropriations listed by the administration, the 2018-19 annual compensation plan specifying the salary schedule for teachers, nurses, and librarians, and compensation to other employees, including any salary increase and any additional compensation payable to employees, such as one-time lump sum as recommended by administration.
You have a second? Mr. Kudir has seconded. And that's approved 7-0. 7-0, people. That's how much we appreciate you. Okay, moving on to action item number 2, approval of award of YISD solicitation number 218015 RFP video scoreboards. Using your electronic hand, is there any discussion? I want to say something about this. I want to say to Mr. Perales and to all of our athletic coordinators that are out there today, we're as excited as you guys are about this. I think it's a fantastic thing that's going to happen for our communities and for our sports and for everything that we do in our stadiums, and we're just really excited that we're going to be able to do this. Mr. Rosales, go ahead.
Very quickly, when the idea was presented to me, I jumped. I couldn't wait to share it with the rest of the administration and the board. I think we have a tremendous tool here that's not only going to do tremendous things for our student, but it also is going to bring each community. It's going to contribute towards making a family, if you will. This is the way I envision it. Because now you have the Valles of the world, the Hanks of the world, Ysleta and Eastwood and the rest of us. We're working together as a team, but we're also working together for ourselves. Great opportunity, great innovation. And I thank the board for considering this motion.
If we have no other speakers, may I have a motion?
Madam President, I move to approve award under YISD solicitation of number 218015 RFP with vendors as shown on solicitation document for video scoreboards for a not to exceed amount of $2 million from bond funds for technology contingent upon final negotiations, in-house counsel review, and 1295 certificate of interested parties as recommended by administration. $2,015,526.17.
And we have a second by Ms. Lucetto. That's approved 7-0, gentlemen and ladies. Moving on to action item number 3, approval of award of phase number 2, solicitation number bond 22 RFQ BP 17 Bel Air High School Gymnasium addition and renovation. Using your electronic hand, is there any discussion? I'm just going to say this is another one I'm so excited for, I can hardly stand myself. So, Mr. Rosales, go ahead.
Ms. Woodruff, I just want to say it is time that we do what we're going to do at Bel Air. You deserve it, and look forward to being there. Thank you.
Thank you. If there's no other discussion, I'm going to make the motion. I move to take possible, there we go. I move to take possible action to approve award of phase number 2 of awarded YISD solicitation bond 22 RFQ BP 17 Bel Air High School Gymnasium addition and renovations, Carol Deibler Bel Air Gym for $7,120,760 from bond funds towards the guaranteed maximum price, with the remaining packages totaling the guaranteed maximum price and estimated cost of construction presented at the subsequent board meetings as recommended by administration. And I have a second by Mr. Ochoa. $63. Okay, sorry, I'll say that again. $7,120,763 from bond funds. Yes? Okay. All votes have been cast. And that's approved 7-0. Action item number 4, ratification of award of change order number 9 to YISD contract number 20170208 from AO General Contractor, Inc. Using your electronic hand, is there any discussion? If there's no further discussion, may I have a motion?
Madam President, my bad. Madam President, I move to ratify award of change order number 9 to YISD contract number 2017028 with AO General Contractor, Inc. to increase the fee by an amount of $23,327 from Tierra del Sol and Desert Air Elementary School, additions and renovations projects from various district funds as recommended by administration.
We have a second by Mr. Ochoa. This is approved 7-0. Moving on to action item number 5, approval of award of amendment number 2 to YISD contract number 201-20463 with the City of El Paso. Using your electronic hand, is there any discussion? If there's no discussion, may I have a motion?
Madam President, I move to approve and award amendment number 2 to Ysleta contract number 201-20463, internal government agreement with the City of El Paso for the district to construct and or contribute to improvements on the city park property for a total cost not to exceed $225,000 and for joint use of the park property with a finishing that such improvements use of the property for drainage and the joint use of such park properties will benefit the adjacent district properties of Thomas Manor Elementary School as recommended by administration.
We have a second by Mr. Cudier. And that's approved 7-0. We've had a good night, haven't we? All right. The Board of Trustees has determined that a closed meeting of the Board of Trustees is required to discuss the items set forth in the posted agenda for this date. Such closed meeting is authorized by the Texas Open Meetings Act, Texas Government Code Section 551.001, including but not limited to the sections and purposes covered by the following section of the Texas Government Code: 551.071, 72, 73, 74, 76, 82, 821, 83, and 84. Should any final action, decision, or vote be required with regard to any matter discussed in closed session, the final action, decision, or vote shall be in open meeting or at a subsequent public meeting with notice. The board will now move to the Rio Grande Room for closed session at 6:56 p.m. Oh, wow. I reconvene this meeting at 7:33 with the following present: Carlos Bustillos, Richard Cudier, Catherine Luceto, Sotero Ramirez, Cruz Ochoa, and myself, Connie Woodruff. We'll go to the action item number 1, consider and take possible action to approve the proposed non-renewal of the term employment contract of a fine arts teacher. May I have a motion?
President Woodruff, I move to accept the recommendation of the administration to issue notice of the proposed non-renewal of the term contract of BE, a fine arts teacher, for the reasons discussed in executive session.
We have a motion and a second by Mr. Cudier. That's approved 7-0. Action item number 2, consider and take possible action to approve the proposal of non-renewal of the term employment contract of a special education teacher at Parkland Pre-K Center. May I have a motion?
President Woodruff, I move to accept the recommendation of the administration to issue notice of the proposed non-renewal of the term contract of CS, a teacher employed at Parkland Pre-K Center, for the reasons discussed in executive session.
We have a second by Mr. Cudier. And that's approved 7-0. If there's no further discussion, may I have a motion to adjourn? That motion was made by Mr. Rosales.
He was waiting for dramatic effect.